When you think you are poor, then it means you think you don't have. Now, if you don't have, it is not possible to give. It is not possible to satisfy somebody. And the law is that you don't deserve to be satisfied yourself, because the principle is, as you satisfy others, then your own satisfaction is going to come. Ultimately, everyone is looking for happiness. So whatever we think, whatever we do, whatever we say, we are looking for happiness. When you do something like giving something to somebody, you want that person to be happy. You want that person to be comfortable. Okay. So what you have given carries with it an attitude that you are making that person happy. Sometimes the church is not teaching the people properly on the charity aspects, because charity doesn't mean giving money to people. What it means is giving something you have to another who doesn't have. But it doesn't necessarily mean money. Never say you are poor. You have something. You may not even know what you have. You want money. The mystery is that enter a period and
Hi, welcome to jancosmicfoundation. Once again, another lovely evening. And as usual, we are here to discuss things related to spirituality. And we are here with the guru. We are here with the founder and leader of jancosmicfoundation, Dr. Baffour Jan. And today we have a very interesting topic for you. But let me remind you that if you want to be a part of our lessons, you can join. Check the numbers down in the description box below. And remember, the lessons ensures that individuals will become familiar with the best ways. Individuals become familiar with the best frequencies so that they will be happy and healthy all the time. And Dr. Baffour Jan is always here to help you. Good evening, Doctor.
good evening.
Thank you for having you again.
Right.
And today we are discussing charity. Yes, charity, arm giving, donation. There are a lot of synonyms related to that. But let's just move on straight forward. Doctor, what is charity?
When something comes from you to somebody who doesn't have it, and it relieves the person from some problem, from some challenge,
Okay.
then we can see it as charity.
Charity.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me take you back a little bit. From your teachings, we are spirits,
Yeah.
Descending down to the mind and the body. And so I don't know what's the essence of giving charity. All of us are spirit. I'm a spirit. You are a spirit. What do I have to give to you?
Yes. I am spirit. You are spirit. All people are spirits. But the point is, we are in a certain situation where each person is playing some roles, and the roles differ from person to person.
Right.
Yes. And sometimes the nature of the role gives some kind of challenge.
Okay.
And each person is differently challenged. Differently.
Okay.
Yeah. So some have lighter challenges and some have stronger
Difficult
challenges.
challenges. Yeah. Yeah.
And the drama or this,
School.
yes,
Or this play
it's
or
said that if today somebody is in some challenge, some time comes, this same person may be well positioned and somebody else is in challenge.
okay.
So time, place, circumstance, we can see some are in more need than the others.
Okay.
But it keeps changing, keeps changing. But each situation, when it arises, is also seeking a balance. So you can be a channel for balancing things for people.
Okay.
See, if somebody is in the darkness and you are in the light, you want to balance things out for the person because that person is also to come to the light.
The light. Okay.
Either you have a way to help the person come to the light, or you try to find a way to give light to the person in the darkness there.
Sure.
You see?
So that to create the balance.
Balance. You see? So everyone is prompted from within to go towards balancing things. Because if you balance something, there is some kind of fulfillment in you. There is some
Okay.
kind of satisfaction. So where there is need and you have the means, then you balance things out for the person or whoever is having the need, so that it's like the need is cleared off. Now, once you do that, there is fulfillment to you,
Okay.
because something came from you, something must also come to you to balance
What you've given
what
out.
you gave out.
Okay.
So sometimes when you give out and you have sufficient, you have more, then you don't feel in need. But by giving out, it's a law that something has to come. So rather, instead of getting more, sometimes you get satisfaction. Rather, you become happy because what you gave has balanced out things for others.
So not necessarily getting what you gave back.
Yeah, sometimes what you have may be boosted. You may have more.
Okay.
And sometimes also, depending on the attitude with which you give. See, if you give with a certain mentality, the return may come the same way you gave it. But sometimes you don't really want what you are giving because you have more. So when you give it, instead of it coming again, you are rather giving satisfaction. You become
Example. Give me example. Let's say
example.
I have a lot of clothing and
Yeah.
I give clothing out.
Yeah,
And I
normally,
don't need clothing again. And you are saying
yes.
I'll get
Exactly.
satisfaction. What is the
Exactly.
satisfaction?
Yes. See, ultimately, everyone is looking for happiness. So, whatever we think, whatever we do, whatever we say, we are looking for happiness.
Okay.
So, when you do something like giving something to somebody, you want that person to be happy. You want that person to be comfortable.
Okay.
So what you have given carries with it an attitude that you are making that person happy.
Jan Cosmic Foundation, you are watching us live this and every weekend in the evening, please subscribe to our channel so that you can get more. We are talking about charity. And doctor, so it's not in the intention of just giving because you have more.
No, 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 no. It's,
giving to make somebody happy.
Yes. There are laws in this world, but then all the laws, they come from one thing. There is only spirit, and you are spirit, and the one you are given to is spirit.
Okay.
Therefore, the law means to confirm that oneness. So if you give to somebody, the law demands that you get back. Why? Because you gave and you have given to yourself without knowing. So it has to come to you.
Wow, I see.
You see? So it's one way to get you closer to realizing who you are. You are the one who is in another form and is in need, but you don't know. You see that person as separate from you, but that is that is what we call false identity. You have picked false identity as a separate being, and the person is also in false identity as a separate being. But when that person goes deep into himself or herself, and you also go deep into yourself, it crashes on one thing. That means it is one presence. There isn't two, there isn't three. That is just the drama purpose. So it's a false identity to make the drama go on. Okay. So now, whenever you give to the person, you are giving it on an external basis, but it reaches the internal of the person, because the person feels, oh dear, I'm happy that I've gotten this. And that happiness is from inside. It goes deep. And for that matter, it touches the spirit within the person. And if the spirit feels sad, the same spirit is inside you, and you are also to feel it.
Going to feel it. Wow.
So when it goes, it's like ripples. When you drop a stone in a pond, then the waves, the ripples will go out like that. So when you give to the person and he becomes happy or satisfied, then it is deep. The spirit feels it, and therefore it ripples through and comes to you. So you are also to feel the same as that person felt.
Wow, that is very, very, very interesting.
You are to get, so it is like giving to yourself without knowing, but it will ripple around and come for you to also feel the same thing that person felt. So there is this thing we call synchronicity. That means when you gave it and the person's spirit felt it, that this is something I'm happy that I've gotten, then it ripples into that person, and he has to also feel the same happiness. And there will be an external occurrence to trigger it, to make it appear as if it is an external thing making him happy. See?
But it's something internal.
But it's an internal thing.
Okay.
So at the same moment that the thing ripples and is coming to make you feel happy, there will be an external occurrence simultaneously, just at the same time. That means you may receive something and then your happiness comes. But actually the happiness rippled through the spirit and came to you. But the moment it is coming, then there will be something balancing it physically coming that you receive. So you receive, you think it is the receiving that is making you happy. No, it is the giving you gave that is making you happy. But there is always going to be something external to coincide with it. It's a mystery.
Wow.
It's a mystery.
Right, join our discussions. You can drop your comments now in the comment section below. If you love this discussion, also give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate it. Dr. Jan, in these days, we usually give money out.
Yeah.
Instead of, you see, some people used to give clothing, other personal things, even time, information, and so on. But basically, in our modern times, we give money.
Yeah.
What's the secret behind that? And is it the right things to do for now?
Most of the time, the thing you gave is the thing you receive. That is the principle. Now, sometimes what you give, the law will bring you things that are a little different. Why? Because when you give it with a feeling to satisfy the person. And the person gets the satisfaction, it ripples through and comes to you so that you should also be satisfied. But sometimes you have that particular thing in abundance. So getting that same thing may not trigger any happiness. Therefore, something else that will make you happy will be brought. You see? So, in general, what you gave is the same thing that comes. But in a few cases, if the person receives the same thing and it's not going to bring happiness, then what will make him happy is the thing which nature will toss that thing, so he too gets it and becomes happy. And it's this principle that even our in the ancient times, even recent times, it's also there in the traditions. When they perform rituals in particular festivals, now they distribute things. Sometimes they cook a lot of food and then distribute. I've given this in examples, like the Homo War for the gas in Accra or in Ghana. When they distribute the food to the poor, to all the people, whoever needs it, then the priests know that satisfying all these people, then all those who prepared it, all the community, all the people involved, they are going to also receive satisfaction. But then the priests and the priestesses, they will be praying, they will be incanting. You see them, they will be sort of chanting some things. But if you go into it to listen, you will know that they are telling God that those among the people who need husbands, please let them have it. Those who need wives, let them have them.
Okay.
Those who need health, let them have it. So they are
channeling the food so that they
what
use
is
it
coming to come to satisfy
their
them
needs.
individually.
Yeah.
Even though it is food they gave out. They
Yeah.
gave food out, but they are seeking a channeling of the response so that it satisfies
everyone
and the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, in general, it could have been like you give food, then food comes. You see, but sometimes if the food you gave satisfied some people, then whatever comes should satisfy you. And what you may need may not be that food. because you have it in abundance. So for that matter, something else you need. Maybe you need child. And then
The child will come.
you see, then you need,
Maybe
whatever you
money,
need,
job,
job, some partner or something, then that will satisfy you.
Okay.
And once you satisfy somebody, you are also to become satisfied. So that is how the law works.
Do we need to force people to give?
No.
Because it's everywhere. We are telling people give, give, give. And it looks as if very few people are ready to give. The rest, no. Should we
It is
force?
ignorance. You see, sometimes it's just trying to let them know that you are not poor. When you think you are poor, then it means you think you don't have. Now, if you don't have, it is not possible to give. It is not possible to satisfy somebody. And the law is that you don't deserve to be satisfied yourself, because the principle is, as you satisfy others, then your own satisfaction is going to come.
Okay.
You see, but people don't know these secrets, so they continue to be self-indulgent, selfish, just thinking only about themselves, but they forget that themselves includes others.
The other person.
It's a
mystery.
Yes, the real you includes the others. But the false you is separate from others. So when you see separation of yourself other than others, it is part of the false identity.
And the others, is it including only human beings or other creatures and other things?
See, initially, people beginning to pick that principle that you are spirit encompassing all, they have the tendency, or it is easier for them to think of human beings, that you are spirit, the human being is a spirit, and then you satisfy the human being, then you get your satisfaction. But more advanced, when you become more advanced spiritually, then you see that anything that is separate is part of the false identity. But in truth, inside that thing, deep inside that thing, is the spirit. So spirit is inside the objects. Spirit is the very core of the objects. And spirit is the very core of the animals, plants, everything, mineral element, everything. So for that matter, the more you advance into your spiritual nature, then you become aware beyond human that even the animals are included, the plants are included. And once you deeply include them, you seriously include them, then you begin to realize like they all interact with you. You see, so that is why on some levels, even the plants are communicating. And the water, the river, the mountain, the sun, all of them, they are in oneness with you. There is no separation, it's only spirit. Look at it this way, like the ocean. And inside the ocean, if there are waves and bubbles and other things, they are all part of the ocean. they appear to be separate, this wave and that other wave, this bubble and this other bubble and all those kind of things. But in the long run, they are all part of the ocean. It is just one thing, not two, not three. You see, so with that understanding, let us look at it from another angle again. This earth, we see it as one. Then the plants, the trees and all that, they have their roots inside the same one earth. And then they get the nutrients from there to shoot out their form, which is this plant, that plant. These things look separate. But in truth, you make the analysis, the elements forming the plant, they are all elements from the earth. So they are nothing but earth. You see, the plants, the stem, the branches, the leaves, and everything, the flowers, but they are all taken from the earth to make some form. And if you go far away from the earth, maybe in a rocket, or you are taken far away from the earth and you look at the earth, it is just earth. It's just earth. All these petty things coming out of it, you call plants, and they are nothing. They are all earth. Buildings are all earth. You see? Buildings or whatever, everything is earth. When you look at a creature like an ant moving about, it sees separate things, these little pebbles, and a little heap of the soil there is a mountain of the ant. The ant's mountain. All those things are like nothing. It's just the earth. So on our level, we see mountains, we see this, we see that, and we give them names. They are separate. So sometimes this separation aspect is what comes through the false identity. And we give names to them, separate. But they are all earth. You see?
Wow.
Whatever is running through your system, all this body shows, they are all earth. You see? The same way, beyond just this earth, the organizer, which is the spirit, organizing things from the earth and making it show like this, and you are speaking and so on. He's the organizer. He's organizing these elements together, equipment, and then showing. So that belongs to also a huge presence that we call spirit. You see? And in the long run, you realize that even the earth is part of that spirit. It's just the false identity we pick within. It makes us, once you have false identity of yourself, then you are going to see the false identity of others who have also picked false identity. So all the human beings you are seeing with form and name and that, they are all in false identity. And the plants, they are in false identity. The earth, false identity. All the things, they are false identity, separation. And yet, ultimately, you go deeper into them, it is spirit.
Wow.
It is spirit but nothing. You see.
This is an eye-opener.
Therefore, if you are doing something for somebody, there isn't another. It is just spirit to spirit.
You're doing it for
an
yourself.
aspect of spirit. You are doing to yourself. And the reason why particular laws are working is that it's only confirming that you are the same one.
Okay.
So if you do something that gives pain to somebody, the law will confirm it that you did it to yourself.
Yes, I want us to come to the polar end there. You see, some people are just receiving.
Yeah.
Just move to the streets of Accra, you see some people are begging for alms. They are just by the roadside. Some people will even be moving with kids, and that is their daily work they do.
Yeah.
And so, looking at this law and these principles, what do you have to tell those people?
Yes. Say, the souls in false identity, they are within time, so-called time, they are to learn and realize the truth.
Okay.
So whatever state they are in is a process of learning to realize, to remember. So whether the person is in the form of a beggar, whatever, they are all seeking the same thing, just to realize their own identity and be freed.
Okay.
You see, but it's not happening instantly for them. So within that, the false identity makes them pick beliefs, but the beliefs are beliefs that makes them feel separate, and therefore they are in need. Because if you feel separate, you see somebody also separate, then you are not feeling the connection which is expanded everywhere. You are not feeling it. And therefore, you feel you are limited. You are here, but you are not there. You see? And therefore, you are limited. You are here right now, but you are not in the past. And you are not in the future. You are just here. So, it makes you feel limitation. But future, past, they are all with you instantly. But still, we project that future is ahead and you are waiting to be happy and so on and so forth. But all this is illusion. It is false identity. So when you awaken, then space, distance doesn't exist. There and here, all is one. So when you define yourself as I, the I is not having a location here or there, but all locations are inside the I, and that is what people call God.
The I.
The presence, which is fully expanded, everywhere present. You see, everywhere present. And that is you, but you have picked a small portion of that great self and identify it as a separate being. But it is done on purpose because it's a drama. You see? But when you are awakening, then you are dropping the separateness feeling. You see? The thought that you are separate, you are actually dropping it. As you drop it, then you are awakening. It's like a sleep you have been in. You see, like you hypnotize yourself, you dose yourself and think, I am this, I am that. So it is just a state you have picked so that you play the drama that way. Sometimes when there is a drama and there is a difficult role for people to play it very well, sometimes even they dose themselves so that they can really do that thing.
Yeah.
For example, if somebody is to play the role of a madman in a drama, if he wants to really, or he has to play the role of a drunkard,
Yeah.
sometimes they may even
sip
sip a
something
little
small, yeah.
so that it will come like I'm drunk. But in actual fact, a little drinking is inside it. You see, so that he gets to play the role very
Very
well.
well.
See, so he's going and he's making like that, but in actual fact, he's taking a little drink so that he will be out of, let me say, out of the sober situation, and is in a drunken situation. You see, then he plays a role. So we also dose ourselves. We self hypnosis. We hypnotize ourselves and say, "I'm separate. I'm this. I'm that." But when the dosage, whatever dosing we did, is reducing, then it's like now you are coming back out of the self-hypnosis and you are awakening. That is why we call it self-awakening. You are dropping sometimes when a person takes a drug or maybe alcohol, it lasts over a period. When the period is getting over, then he begins to see things as before.
Okay.
So self-realization means realizing how you were before. You see, before taking the alcohol, you felt different. And after taking the alcohol, then your face is turning, you see things double.
Doctor, we don't have much time, but
Yeah.
I want you to touch on this for me. Some people don't go to church because of offering, tithing, and some of these basic things we pay in church.
Yes, yeah.
And looking at the law, will it affect them? Because
Yeah.
truly, when I go to church, especially with when we are having a harvest, they'll be calling, come and pay this, pay this, pay this, pay this. And if I'm not having money, I'll be sitting there just like that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like to go to church due to some of these things. And there are a lot of
Yes.
people doing that. Does the law have negative consequences on them?
There is something, you see, sometimes the church is not teaching the people properly on the charity aspect, because charity doesn't mean giving money to people. What it means is giving something you have to another who doesn't have. But it doesn't necessarily mean money.
Wow.
For example, you see,
Dr. Baffour Jan.
yes, let me explain it to you. Somebody is having some challenge. Maybe he or she may even want to take some poison to die. Is depressed about something and is so worried. So the person is in need, see, and he or she has heard some bad news, something so-called bad news, something that jolts him or her. And you have the words you can pass to the person, and the person gets comforted, the person now calms down, becomes peaceful, and this is charity. Something from you to another that relieves that person. So when you turn it all to be money and somebody doesn't have money, it doesn't mean that person has nothing.
Okay.
You see, and it makes the people feel bad, because if it is money they are taking and I don't have money, it means I'm not benefiting from coming. And those who give, they are respected, or people, the priests, they like them because you are giving, you responded because we
Even in some
needed.
churches, they give them positions, those who have money.
Yeah. But it's not, it's wrong teachings. See, or let me say, they don't know the right teachings.
Okay.
That is all. Because sometimes they talk about the tithe, they talk about this, they talk about that. But we need to encourage people to let them understand they are not poor. Nobody is poor. That is why there is this saying that, let the poor say, I am rich. You see, you are rich in some way. See, somebody has money, and that person is looking for a child, is not able to give birth, or is having some weakness in some way, and you are not weak in that way. You see?
No, but in Ghana
No.
here, if somebody is having money and even he's sick, we like the person.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That it is lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge of the truth. So we think everything is money. But it's wrong. You may have money, so much money, and you may have some ailment money cannot cure. Okay. You do all things with money and it doesn't get cured. It may be an emotional energy you have repressed. And that emotional energy, somebody can help you to clear it.
Release it. Oh, well.
Once it is cleared, you are healthy. So that person has the means to let you have something. But that person may not have money. You see? There was this one man, he was attending my lectures years back. So that time I had not even come to social media. And I used to hold lectures, people come, And this man reported about some ailments. One of the ailments, like hepatitis, or not hepatitis, one of those ailments common in Africa, but it's not having, the treatment is not easy with people. They don't get the treatment from the hospitals. So when he came, I was telling him of the natural approach which will clear it. And meanwhile, he belonged to some group from outside. It's also, they've been looking for all this knowledge from the net. So he connected, before coming to see me, he belonged to some
other organization.
Yes, spiritual group. And he connected, and they were teaching him things to do so that thing will clear. He did, and the thing didn't clear. Then one time he met an old friend, and the old friend, when he heard of the ailment he is having, then he said, oh, in the north, he traveled to the north sometime, there is somebody in a village there, an elderly man, old man, and he has the cure for this. So he didn't buy the idea because he's connected with spiritual something, and he thought the solution will come from there. He did everything, it didn't solve. Then one day, that time, I had earlier told him simple things, natural will cure. But he didn't buy the idea.
You see, because the sicknesses and the rest, they
Yes.
are complicated, we
Yes.
think maybe we can get answers,
Yes.
complex answers to solve.
Yes. Then, in the long run, it became so serious that he was compelled to try the friend's thing. And the friend connected him to the north. And then just a little bit of some herbal powder. He gave to him. When he took it, the ailment went away. You see? So that man staying in the village somewhere, you don't even look at him like somebody having anything. So all the things that rich people have, he doesn't have.
But
he has something that even the richest haven't been able to solve.
Point.
Now you are getting it.
Yeah.
You see, so everyone has something. So to think that you are poor is another kind of ignorance.
Okay.
But what you have, you don't know it. That is something else.
Okay.
We have people who don't have good health, but they have long life. So the one who has good health may not have long life.
Wow.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, if you watch, false identity means the complete identity that we say God. That is the real you. But you've shifted from it and picked limited identity, separating your identity separate. So all the time you have shortcomings.
You don't know what
you
is
have
happening
part of the God nature, then you have something which is not God nature because it is separation is not the nature of God. You see, God encompasses everything, but it is an idea you are separate. So that alone is a shortcoming. Therefore, you have something from the position of the fact that you are God, but there will be something you don't have.
Okay.
Because you are calling yourself separate. See? Okay. Then the other person, some God nature in him, he also will have something in shortage. And it differs. Yours, where you are in shortage, may be health, but somebody where is in shortage is money. Because the sick person may still be having a lot of money in the bank, but he's trying everything and the ailment is not going. So, giving the charity, never say you are poor. You have something. You may not even know what you have. That is one of the problems. And you make comparison. He has money, and I don't have. And then you are striving to get the money. Yes, but have you recognized what you have and that person doesn't have?
So the important thing is to look at what you have.
Look at what you have. Then be grateful for it. When you are grateful for it, then the balancing law will bring you what you lack.
Wow.
But when you haven't even noticed what you have so that you'll be grateful for it, and you bypass it, you ignore it, and you want what somebody has, it's ignorance.
So if we are not focusing on what we have, focusing on external things, we will never get enough.
No. You
but
never
once
get
we
enough.
Focus on what we have, we will be getting more
and more. Okay. Then it balances out. The balancing law is waiting for you to recognize what you have, and then what you don't have. When you appreciate what you have, then the balancing law automatically shifts in your direction to bring the other things you don't have. But when you ignore what you have and look at what somebody has and you want it, you struggle for nothing.
You struggle for nothing.
The person knows what he has, so he may even get more, and if he is thankful, he will get more. It is in the scripture when the Christ was saying that those who have will be given more, and those who don't have, even the little they have will be taken from them.
So that's
why?
The meaning.
You see, the one who has and knows that he has and is grateful for what he has will be given more. That is the full statement. The statement is not complete, so people don't understand it. But it means the one who has and knows he has and is grateful for it will be given more. And the one who thinks he doesn't have, therefore he is not grateful. Even the little he has,
Will be taken
he
away.
has, but he doesn't know he has. That will also be taken from him.
Wow.
You see?
Dr. Jan, let's wrap up. We don't
Yes,
have enough
yes,
time.
yes. So
charity, donations, and
yes,
arm giving, and the whole
yes.
things you've talked about.
There is this challenge I'll give to people. If you lack something, let's say money, you want money, the mystery is that enter a period and whatever little money you are having, don't look at it as little. It is comparison that makes it little. Because what you are holding, if today, if the value of what you are holding is changed, you saw it as small, it can be very big. Some people are keeping old coins, which are like useless. Now some message comes. Hey, they are looking for that old coins. And it pays billions. Then people searching for those coins. Coins you didn't give value to, all of a sudden can get value. So whatever you call little, it's only comparison that is making it like little. But you can, in your mind, you can appreciate it. Now, if you appreciate it, then you can begin the process of sharing it. Just that little. Then as you give it out, a little out every day, a little out every day. And because you value it and you are giving it, you are giving something valuable. You see, not like you don't value it and you are giving it.
out.
You value it. And because somebody also needs it. So you give it. Then you go around, you see somebody in need of that little you have. It will solve something for that person. It will make that person very happy. You see, you go to the hospitals, walk around, and you find some people, they've been told to buy medicine, and they are sitting there looking into the sky. Oh, God. So the little you think you have is so valuable for that person. If you can part with a little and give to that person, it's not little. It is just comparison that makes we compare what we have to somebody's and we say ours is too little or too small. So it's the mind. But you give it that thing to somebody, that person is like gold to that person. Today I have to thank God so much with those things. There was a time it was a hospital like that. Yes. The person had been praying to God all the time, worried, because he had some ailment. He had to go to the hospital. He had no backing anywhere, no money from anywhere, and he was seriously ill. He went and he was saying, "Oh God, oh God." Then he got to his turn, and they said he had to pay some money. He was sitting down. Well,
No money.
After some time, he was getting up, maybe to go back, very sad. When he got up, some coins were falling down. He saw that it was on the chair. It was on the chair he came to sit. Those coins were falling. He checked and he counted them. And it's like it can buy the medicine, it can pay the trip. And he said, "Is it a dream? What is it?" see, and the value he gave to these coins. And those coins were things somebody came to sit and they dropped, and it's not something he was even valuing. Some were dropping, and so what? Coins.
Nowadays, even if I make coins on the ground, I don't even pick them.
Yes, but somebody too is just a serious thing. That day, he didn't know how to thank God. See, just some coins. You see, so sometimes
The little
what
things.
you have and you call a little is your mind. And because of that, you'll be denied more. Because once you say it is little, it is registered in you that you don't have. It's registered in you that you are poor. And so be it. But if you value the little you have, and to the extent that you are looking for somebody who might even need some of the little you have, then form a habit of giving for, let's say, about 2 weeks. Every day, a little from the little you have. But value it first. And then look at somebody who is in a situation that the little you have, some of it will be seen by, like gold to somebody. Then you part with it. That day he hasn't eaten, or maybe 2 days, 3 days. Some are passing through, and you give, and he doesn't know how to thank God. And if you do that for 2 weeks, come sit down, watch what will happen. The little that you valued and you gave to some people who also valued it as gold, you'll be amazed.
Wow.
Mysterious.
Wow.
From where, things will be just moving in your direction. So poverty is just lack of knowledge. Poor fund of knowledge. Understanding of the principles of life. That the one you are given to is your very self in another form. And it will turn and come to you. You see. So just take 2 weeks and do that. Don't say you don't have. Even if physical, even the coins you don't have.
Maybe you have some other items.
Yes, there are other things you can offer, and you give value to whatever you have. Even when you don't have so-called other things, you have your body. And your body can issue forth words, thoughts. So think good about all things.
Wow.
Think good about other people. And then speak good to other people. Things are coming from you to others. Thought is also coming from you to the others. You see, instead of thinking he's a sinner, he's this, he's that, and that, think of them, they are all in the drama and having these challenges, but it is because of false identity.
That's right,
And behind them everything is actually one. Your very self is suffering in another form. So whatever it is, even if words can come from you to relieve it, you have given something very valuable. And therefore something valuable has to come to you before you realize abundance is coming in your direction. But we look at somebody unfortunate, and it's like we look at the person as a lowly being, and that we sometimes even laugh at them and do all kind of things. When you do like that, or we press them down more, so that it's like when people around you press them down, it makes you up, which is wrong.
From the teachings, if you press someone down, then you are
If you press people down so that you will be up, before you realize, if you close your eyes and open your eyes, you see yourself down, 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 down. You see,
Dr. Jan,
loss of life.
thank you. This is a very short interview, but very, very valuable. Very valuable. I'll keep watching this over and over and over again. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Clement Kweku Kumi. I did the show with Dr. Baffour Jan Kumi. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
See you next week.